Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got in a very cool product to share with you here today. In fact, I like them so much that I feel like everybody watching this video should probably have one of these. This is coming from Avapow, and the model is the A27, and it's a portable jump starter. The main purpose of these is if you have a dead battery, you don't need another car to give you a jump. You basically will pull this little device out and you can use it on your own battery, or at the same time you carry this instead of jumper cables, and then if there's a family member that needs a jump or somebody in a parking lot or something like that, you can always have this with you, and you don't have to worry about which ones do you hook up first. Do you hook up the dead battery first? Do you hook up the live battery? Do you have to start your car? These are very simple to use. So stick around if you want to learn about it. We'll do a quick unboxing, go over all the features and specifications. I'll show you guys how to use it and then give some thoughts on it. Again, up top we got the Avapow name, the A27 model. Really nothing on the sides or bottom. And then down here it says that we are at 2500 amps and it has just over 84 watt hours of capacity. But let's get cut into it and then we'll see how it's packaged and what all comes with it. Looks like it's in a hard case. Nothing else in the box. So a really nice case. Got a little carry handle on it. Let's see what all is included here. Alright, so we got a type A to type C cable. I'm sure that we can charge the unit up with this. We can also probably charge devices, but I'll find that out for sure. Looks like we got a manual. Looks like it's in like 5 different languages. So pages 1 through 11 were English. Pictures. Kind of showing some of the stuff that we can jump. We'll go over all those details in a minute. Yep, it looks like we are going to be able to power different devices. Looks like it's going to have a flashlight. I'll go over all that stuff. Alright, we're going to have the actual cables themselves. I'll get a actual length here, but it's for sure over a foot long. And then down here we have the unit, the A27. I'll grab you guys a size and weight here in a minute, but I just wanted to compare this Avapow to a standard set of jumper cables. And I would say that this is probably, I don't know, the standard ones are probably 5 times bigger as far as like how much space that they take up. And these can only do one function, basically just jump a battery, whereas these are multifunctional. We'll take a quick look over this A27. Let's see what it's all about. Looks like we're going to have some power buttons. That looks to be a light button. USB-C in, so this will be how we charge the unit itself. And then USB out. Looks like there are 2 USB type A ports. And then we have the 12 volt out. This is where we'll plug this in. And it looks like some lights down here. And a little more information. Again, it is 12 volt. So it looks like our input, we can use a 5 volt 2 amp, which is like your normal like phone type chargers, like the block that plugs into the wall, or an 18 watt one. Our USB output 1 can be, what's this, 18 watts. So sort of fast charge. And then the USB output 2 is 10 watts. And then it says wireless output. It must have wireless charging. That must be up on top. So 10 watt max on that. As far as measurements, we're looking at just over 8 inches in length, right about 4 inches in width, and in height, right about 2 inches. Total weight of the unit by itself, 28 ounces. Throw the cables on there with it. You're just a little over 36 ounces, which is what, just over 2 pounds? 2 pounds, 4.8 ounces. So the main point of this is to jumpstart a dead battery. And this little Avapow can go all the way up to 8-liter gas and diesel engines. And on a single charge, this thing can jump 45 different times. And if you're just storing this like in the back of your car or something, these will typically hold their charge for many, many, many months, sometimes over a year. This is IP65 water and dust proof, so you can use it in the rain and stuff and not have to worry about stuff. And because it is a battery and because you're hooking it up to other batteries, they do have a bunch of safety protections. There's a short circuit protection, a high temperature protection, low temperature protection, spark proof protection on it, high voltage protection, and over discharge protection. These are the cables from another portable jump starter that I have. These are the Avapows. So kind of want to show you the difference here. The Avapows are definitely longer by quite a bit here. And then this is important here. If I open this all the way, that's as far as it'll go. And if I open this all the way, you can see it's much, much bigger. So this is a whole lot easier to get around the posts and stuff on your batteries. The thickness of the cable itself is exactly the same. They're both 8 gauge. I'll show you this in a bit, but the Avapow is actually going to have a display. I don't know how much information we're going to have there, but it's definitely going to tell us something. Whereas this old one is just a couple of lights that come on to let you know when you're ready. The Avapow cables are right around 15 inches in length, but the red one is, for whatever reason, longer than what the black one is. Another great thing about this Avapow is no matter if you live in a hot climate or a cold climate, this thing has a working temperature range of -4 degrees to 140 degrees. So let's get into actually using this. This here again is going to be our power button. Looks like it was shipped to us at 81%. When I was first going through these USBs, I was a little bit confused at first as to why there were 2 ports here, but both of these are charging ports. I don't know if we can plug 2 things in and charge it quicker, but on the USB-C side, you can charge up to 18 watts, so you can recharge this at 18 watts. And then it can use a micro USB as well, which is like this little guy here, and it'll charge at 10 watts. So if you're trying to charge this back up, I would recommend using the USB-C. All right, we're going to check out these USB ports. Again, you can see one's blue and one's black. This is the higher wattage one right here. That's 18 watts coming out, and this one's 10 watts. I'm going to try to do my iPad here. So we'll get this plugged in. And then we should be able to just hit the power button right here. And then we should be able to just plug in and make sure we start charging. Came on, looks to be charging. I'll let that go for a couple minutes. I'm at 93% right now, but let it go for a couple minutes, make sure it charges. So while that's charging my iPad, let's plug something else in and see if we can use this. Yep, no problem at all. Now again, these other 2 ports are just input ports. That's just to charge the device back up, so we can't do anything with those. While you're charging devices or while you're jump starting a car, you can use the flashlight at any time. I'll just quickly show you here if the light is on this. But I'm going to unplug this stuff just to kind of really go over the light part with you. And that iPad has been charging for 4 minutes and it still shows that it's charging. So here is that flashlight end. It looks like there's a bunch of LEDs in here. And we're going to have just like a flashlight we're going to have like a strobe light and then SOS with it. So there will be some flashing coming up. But to turn it on, you just simply hit the little button here and it turns all of those LEDs on. It seems to be decently bright. And if you want the next one, like the strobe, you just press it again. Again, I won't show it directly at the camera, but, and then if you want the SOS, you press it again. And I'll try to show you guys these at night, kind of maybe outside, so you can get an idea of what they look like. And then if back off, you just hit it one more time. All right, let's check out that wireless charging. We're going to hit the button there to basically turn on it. And then I'll take my phone, place it up on top here. And yes, it immediately started charging it. You can see up there it is charging. And just like with the iPad, I'll let this go 3 or 4 minutes and make sure that it still looks like it's charging, that we're gaining on that percentage. In a couple minutes, we'll check on it, make sure we're still charging. Yep, and we're up to 80% now. So I'm going to get the actual jump starter charged up before I show you guys how to jump start something. And again, we can use the USB-C port or that micro USB port, and we can use either like a 10-watt charger or an 18-watt charger, either one. So I don't know exactly what the display is going to show us. If I had to guess, it's probably just going to be the percentage number. I think we were at 75 or something, 74, and it's going to show that that's flashing. Like, it doesn't actually show us like how much we're inputting. So I don't know if this is 18 watts or not, but I'll take this up to 100 and be back with you guys. So I unhooked this from charging real quick because I want to check something out. On here, it says that the Type-C is input only, and that those USB ports are the output ports. It says it there. The very next page, if you look at the stuff, it'll say that we have Type-C input only and that micro USB input only, and that the USB are the output ports. When you come back here to page 9, it basically says that only the USB are the output ports. But there's one spot here on this Amazon listing that says that the USB-C is an in and out port. So I want to check that out and see if it is. So we're just going to plug in to the USB-C. We'll turn this on and plug into USB-C. And it does not look like... Nope, it actually looks like my iPad is trying to charge this. So that Amazon listing must be wrong. I'll try it with a different cable just to be sure, but yeah, it looked like that is input only. Yep, same thing. All right, I'll walk you through the process if you have to jump start your car. This can only be plugged in one way. You can see this is flat on this side and this one's round. So it can only go in this one direction here. And then you're going to get these little lines going around that basically lets you know that you're ready. You don't have to press anything. There's no buttons or anything like that that you have to do. And then just kind of set it to where you can reach both of your terminals, but red's obviously going to go to positive. So just try to click that on somewhere. Black is going to go to negative. And right now it's making clicking sounds like it's trying to charge the battery. And I know it's going to be upside down for you guys, but it's showing that my battery is at 15.6 volts. It's a good battery. I don't need jumped or anything, but it's still trying to put stuff in it. So right now I would just go into the vehicle and start it. And then once it starts, you just let it run for a while or drive wherever, so that way your alternator can recharge your battery. Try to show you the light here on the Avapow in case you would need to use it in the dark to jump start your car. As you can see, it does put off quite a bit of light. And there is the strobe. I'm like, I don't know, maybe 120, 150 feet or so away right now. But I'm sure you could see that for several hundred feet. And finally, here is that SOS. Again, about the same distance, 120 feet or so. So hopefully seeing that demonstration and then the light in use at night was somewhat beneficial for you guys. I really like this style of portable jump starters. They are way smaller than traditional jumper cables, and you don't have to rely on finding someone else to give you a jump if you have a dead battery. This Avapow seems like it's really well made, seems pretty durable. It doesn't feel cheap or like it's going to break if you drop it or if you slam other gear and stuff into it. The other ones that I have, I actually don't store in the cases. I just leave them open like this, basically like in a storage area in the back of my Jeep. So I'm throwing stuff in all the time and banging other tools and stuff into it. So this seems like it's pretty durable though. I like that this is very simple to use. You cannot plug that in wrong. And there's so many safety features that you honestly can't hook anything up wrong. I like that this one has that digital display so you know exactly what percentage your battery's at. The other jump starter that I have basically just has 4 lights, and you kind of know that you're somewhere between 75 to 100% or somewhere between 0 to 25%, but it's really nice knowing exactly what you have. I like that this one goes up to 2500 amps. It'll work up to an 8-liter engine, and that's like a 16-cylinder. So pretty much almost every car that's made, this is going to work for. I like that this charges with a USB-C cable. Again, those are pretty common for just about everything. My other one that I have uses some type of like barrel port type plug, and I don't even know the exact size of it. So if something happens to that cable, I'm going to have a hard time probably replacing it. I like that it has USB ports on it and then that wireless charger up top. So again, keep this in your car, and if you got a dead cell phone or whatever, you're at a picnic or sporting event or whatever, you can just pull this out and charge your phone while you're there. A few things to kind of point out. This one is a little bit thicker, a little bit bulkier than my other one that I have, but this also has a ton more capacity. I think my other one will do like 12 jump starts, and I don't remember the exact milliamp hours and stuff, but I know this one's a whole lot more. This one will do, it says 45 and some other places say 60 starts, but either way, it's 4 to 5 times more. Another thing about this one is I do wish that it had USB-C output. It's not a big deal because it does have the USB-A ports there, but it would be nice if the port were bi-directional. And finally, I do wish that it charged a little bit faster as far as the unit itself, like recharging it. The max input is 18 watts. It took a little over an hour. I was at 74% when I started charging, and it took over an hour to get it to 100. So I'm basically thinking like, 25% per hour. So it's going to take at least 4 hours to recharge this. But overall, I think this is a great unit and would definitely recommend it to anyone. So these are available on Amazon, and at the time of me making this video, they're coming in around $90, but there is a 30% off clickable code, bringing them to just over $60, a fantastic price on a really good unit. And I'll be sure to leave that link down in the video description in case you guys want to find out more about the portable jump starter or pick one up. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.